representation. Deaf representation, more inclusive. Representation matters. Indigenous.
Hearing privilege.
We don't.
I went into the show with very, very low expectations, and somehow I was still disappointed. You'd think after a handful of failed Disney Plus shows that Marvel would learn their lesson and prioritize fans before anything else, but no, they decided to prioritize women empowerment and diversity. So the Echo Show was originally supposed to be 8 episodes long, but Kevin Feige said it was unreleasable, so they cut it down to 5 episodes, but in reality it's more 4.5 because the first half of episode 1 was just a Hawkeye recap with repurposed footage. The lack of passion for this project was very evident as the show went on. You can clearly tell that the show was more about representation and empowerment rather than entertaining fans. So originally I thought the leaked scene with Maya versus Daredevil was a deleted scene or a blooper. But no, it was the actual final product of the fight scene between them. Her stutter kick was so badly choreographed. It really showed that the actors were waiting for each other to finish their move so then it could be their turn to do their part. And it just looked so bad, unfinished. Marvel really advertised this show as on par with Daredevil and The Punisher in terms of blood and gore, but in reality this show could have easily been a TV-14 rating or something straight out of the CW. Like, there's so minimal violence and blood in it that it's like, why did they even do it TVMA? They definitely did that for marketing reasons because people really loved their TVMA Daredevil and Punisher shows, so they obviously just put that as TVMA to hope more people would be on board with the show. So let's talk about the film editing. It was probably the worst aspect of the entire show. It was so choppy and hard to follow at some points that I didn't even know what to think. And it really shows how lazy Marvel has been, is because they spent so much money on their promotion. The editing and the ads were great, the trailers were great, the editing was great. Then when it got to the actual material of the show, it just fell off so hard. The pacing was also terrible. There was a lot of moments where there was way too much buildup and then the reward was so lackluster. And then other times there was very little buildup and then they acted like it was this huge climax. But in reality, we didn't feel anything as the viewer. I didn't connect with any of the characters at all because we didn't really get a chance to get to know them. Now for the train scene, that one was rough. The majority of the scene, she was just looking around, hopping between carts, trying to see if any enemies were nearby, and there was like nothing really going on. It was just so dragged out. The moment she realized she had those ancestral powers is when I immediately thought, oh, this show's gonna get worse from here. Let's talk about that final battle in episode 5. At this point, I was just so done with the show. I really wanted to finish it so I can make this video. Like, seriously, the grandma beat up a group of highly trained bodyguards. I know that her power transferred throughout her family, but I just think this writing was just an easy cop-out for Marvel. They could have thought of so many other things that would have made sense, but they just had to give Maya insane plot armor just to further the story. At the end of the day, Disney is always trying to connect with us on an emotional level, and they really fail on all aspects. The show was so disappointing and didn't really have any story really to it that it just made me feel like I was watching a music video. Especially with the indigenous chants and music and them dancing and all that, that really made me feel like I was in a music video. There was so much buildup for such a disappointing ending that I do not recommend anyone even giving this a shot because you're just gonna waste your time. I'm sorry to make this video so negative, but Disney has just been releasing really garbage shows lately and they don't really spend any time on their projects. And if they do, they just want to push diversity, and not the real point of entertainment is to entertain fans. It's called entertainment for a reason, not just pushing messages. That's not what it's about. So that was it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I could do more positive reviews in the future, but this one was just so like awful that I just had to post it. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.